This All Over the Road New Orleans podcast is brought to you by Coin Trader Inc. Mind your money.
It's a very special edition of All Over the Road New Orleans. The very best of 2020. The interviews, the bits, the music, all the yakety yak from the year we'd love to soon forget.
From the gumbo capital of the world, New Orleans. It's time for All Over the Road, coast to coast. Starring Victor DelGiorno, executive producer Dick Vogel, the lovely and talented Katie Ballerino, and special guest, world famous wrestler stuntman, jackknife of all trades, Luke Hawx.
And Luke, say hello.
Hello.
Let me tell you who Luke is. Luke Hawx, and a lot of people that are listening. First of all, Luke has...
Let's dive right into it.
He's got 11,000
plus
Instagram followers.
That don't count,
I'm not going to lie. I was pretty starstruck
Well,
when
see,
I walked in.
that's got some clout. He's got some social media clout.
That's organic following, too. That ain't that paid BS
That's
where
right.
like everybody else,
It's
like
hard
all
to-
these
it's hard to
social
do.
media followers that, they get these apps and they pay $20 to get 500 followers or $20 to get 1,000 followers and stuff.
No, that's a grassroots.
Actually, send me the link to one of those.
I get hit up by them all the time. I'm like, who does this? Like, why?
People do it.
I know several people.
I just want to be able to
what
swipe up for more.
Some people in this world are very selfless. I'm not one of them, of course. But what we're hoping to do is maybe, if you approve of your experience here, Luke, that you'll share it.
I already love it. I'll share, of course. We'll do it.
Instagram.
We'll put it on Facebook. We'll put it on Instagram. We'll put it on Twitter. I'll put it on my Wildcat Twitter. That Instagram that one has like almost 100,000 followers.
Really?
On the Wildcat page. And,
Congrats.
Well, we're here at the Esplanade Mall with Wildcat Wrestling. We're going to have a free show here, which is freaking awesome. Where else can you get something for free
That's right.
that's worth more than free?
Where else can you get something for free that doesn't involve an antibiotic?
Right.
Right.
Well, I feel like I'm getting robbed here.
No, don't hit me. Don't hit me. You already started on me a couple minutes ago.
How they getting this for free?
Touchy.
I know. Well, we know how.
How?
Because Wildcat Wrestling gives back.
Oh, yeah, a bunch of class acts, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
bunch of class acts.
Yeah, I think it's a class act.
For someone that's been around Luke, as you have, there's nothing classy about him.
Well, we're big fans of Luke, and
Luke's our guy.
A lot of people would say that you're not a class act.
Whoa. I'm from Metairie, man.
Okay.
Harper, people don't like you. I happen to like you.
Well, we're in Kenner, which is the white trash capital of freaking Louisiana, so I wouldn't be shocked either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenner's on the move. Huh?
Yeah. We're doing a morning radio show in Amarillo, Texas, mid-90s, 25 years ago, huh? And Terry Funk was, a local guy. Vic knew who he was. I didn't really know who he was. You saw him at Gold's Gym, so we started talking to him. We became friends. We started having him on the show regularly. Yep. And, people loved him, and he's a great guy.
Terry Funk a wrestler?
He was a wrestler and an actor.
Thank you.
And an actor.
See, Derek didn't know either.
Did you ever see Roadhouse?
I did. Patrick Swayze?
Yes, he's the big, bad bouncer in Roadhouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He was. He also had a TV show.
They ripped throats out.
Yeah, he did.
Movie.
Yeah, it was a weekly TV show. And he
was on our morning radio show quite regularly. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the big show. Now here's Terry Funk. Terry.
I am going to put a hold on you before this day is over.
Well, you sound great. You could probably still whip my butt.
I don't know. I might give it a try.
Knowing you might.
Hey, you're listening to the Funker. That's right, Terry Funk. And you better be listening to All Over the Road. If you want to listen to something great, listen to that. Remember, All Over the Road.
Terry Funk, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause.
All right, Terry.
Terry, I don't know when was the last time you had a grown man tell you that he loves you, but I love you, okay?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, good enough.
We'll be in touch.
I love you too, sir.
You guys take care.
Thank you, Darren.
It's the very best of All Over the Road, New Orleans, from the year 2020.
On the phone with Matthew Dillon, not the Gunsmoke guy.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Are you the actor?
Isn't there like 3 or 4 Matt Dillons?
There's quite a few.
There's
As
quite
a matter of fact, there's one that's a musician in a very distinguished college here in New Orleans.
Okay.
Can I make a suggestion? You should start calling yourself the real Matt Dillon.
Well, to give you an example, when I was 5 years old, I was in a Mardi Gras parade, and it actually we were at the front of the parade, and I was dressed as Matt Dillon Gunsmoke in the parade.
See, there you go.
It comes full circle.
All the highlights, all the lowlights from 2020, and looking ahead to 2021.
Time now for Smash or Trash. Imagine yourself listening to top 20 records with your shag carpet and a chartreuse pit couch. And we're going to rate the records. Is it a smash or is it trash? And there she is, Katie Bellarino and Ted Kelly. Ted, take it away.
Thank you very much, announcer guy. All right, so the 5 of us will listen to these songs. We'll play a little bit of it. And if it's good, we'll let it play a little bit. And feel free to play along at home.
Yes, play along at home.
A little audience participation. So this is going to be the first one here. It's Alicia Keys. Okay.
That's Alicia Keys, right?
Do you know who she is?
Alicia Keys? Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Check it, you know?
The song is called Underdog.
I'm liking it.
You like it?
Yeah. You heard it before?
No, I just listened to the
Brand new
hook.
stuff.
Here's the hook. Is this the hook?
It's coming, I guess.
Yeah. You gotta wait for the hook.
Yeah.
She's riding in a taxi back to the kitchen, talking to the driver about his wife and his children on a run from a country.
I mean, she's got a
where
great
they put you
voice.
in prison for being a woman and speaking your mind.
I like
she
it.
looked
You
in
like
his
it?
eyes
Yeah.
in the
It's
mirror
not- we
and
haven't even
smiled.
heard
One
the-
conversation.
Well, I like it.
Single
Yeah, we gotta
moment.
wait.
The things that change.
Wait
What do you think?
for it.
Here it comes. It's coming right now. It's gotta be the hook right here.
Sometimes they said I would never make it, but I was built to break the mold.
Underdog.
The only dream that I've been chasing is my own.
See, now in the record business, they call that the hook.
Yeah.
This is the hook.
This is the hit. This is the hook here. Yeah.
It's supposed to hook you. Derek?
I haven't been hooked yet.
I would agree. I think me and Derek just
All right.
made eyes across the table. We
All right.
agree.
Okay, all right. So what do you think, Nick?
I like it.
Oh, Nick?
I would have liked it better if it was Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
fair.
mid-charter.
Mid-chart. Okay, mid-chart.
Okay.
So mid-chart would be like, anywhere from, 15 to 8.
Because it's Alicia Keys. Now, if it was somebody else, I don't think I'd say that.
When I hear this music, I want to... hold on. When I hear this music, I kind of want to say, Muffy, I want a martini. Make me a martini.
Well,
Muffy.
Buck Bully.
Buck, Bully, Buck.
back in the day, Vic, we'd
Bully,
say,
I
well,
say.
what's attached to that record? Remember when we were in radio?
I don't
and
know.
we yeah.
It's attached to the radio.
What's attached? I mean, what's the push on the record? Why should we play the record? We'd say that to the record guy.
We're moving on to the next record.
You don't want to talk about it?
No.
It makes
Say
you
what
nervous.
it is. I want to know.
I don't know what it is. What is it? I can't remember.
Like what comes
It's a breaker.
No.
No, why would people listen to it?
Why would we play it? Why do we
the
play
bigger
it?
the promotion, the worse the record. Put it
Right,
that way.
right. In other words, what's in it for me?
What's in it for me?
It's called payola.
Yeah. or a trip. Or some tickets.
Or someone pays for your moving expenses.
Or
All that stuff.
what's in it? A song like
that's
that.
how the radio industry
works, folks.
That's how it used to work.
That would need something
worth. You'd need a little
valuable.
something, like a trip or
something
some
really
tickets.
valuable.
It doesn't work that way anymore.
Yeah.
There's no money in radio.
Wait,
No.
really?
Happy New Year from all over the road, New Orleans. More of the best of 2020.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all.
So we're going to do a special coronavirus version of Reflections.
Mm-hmm.
But first, we're going to play you the new hit single. Since we're talking about washing your hands. You know, it's the name of the song. What's the name of the song? The new hit single?
You need to wash your hands.
You need to wash your hands.
You'll recognize it as the old Beatles song.
Here it is. It's All Over the Road and All Over the Road, New Orleans with Better Wash Your Hands. Is that it?
Yeah.
Corona's a virus that's upon our land. A virus that's asking, why don't you wash your hands? Why don't you wash your hands? Why don't you wash your hands?
Time now.
Oh, Lord.
No coughing, please.
It's very hot in here.
Remember, we're quarantined anyways.
That's not the COVID cough, folks.
Jeez.
It's very hot in here. Time now for reflections. The coronavirus version. A way for you to let it all out. Throw out a few droplings and relax and soothe your Wuhan soul. Coronavirus reflections. Corona reflections.
Reflection. Be sure to do the 5 to help stop coronavirus. Step 1, hands. Wash them often. Step 2,
You can give us all 5.
your elbow. Cough into it.
Which is hard
3,
to do.
your face. Don't touch it. 4, feet. Stay more than 3 feet apart.
Social distancing.
And 5, sick. Stay at home.
Duh.
5.
Reflections. Corona reflections. Don't worry. The coronavirus won't last long. It's made in China. Reflections.
A man walks into a bar, goes up to the bartender and says, "I'll have a Corona, please. Hold the virus."
Ow.
Reflections. Social distancing. Distance.
Washing your hands with soap and water or using alcohol-based hand rubs kill viruses that may be on your hands.
Reflections.
Victor?
I know a great joke about coronavirus, but you probably won't get it. And you probably won't. Reflections.
Hey, don't worry. Coronavirus won't last long. It was made in China.
Are you freaking kidding me?
He just said that.
See,
Just reflecting here.
Once
Just
again,
reflecting.
Teddy, you weren't listening. Because I already read that one.
Sorry.
Reflections.
Point well taken.
I think it's great when people are finally starting to drink water, wipe their ass, and wash their hands.
Yeah.
Excuse you.
Finally, man. Reflections.
The highlights, the lowlights, all the very best from 2020.
Well, Dan hasn't been on for a while. Kind of miss hearing Dan.
No.
Give him a call.
Yeah. When the cards and
There he
letters.
is.
Hey, Dan. When the cards and letters come in, all the cards and letters talk about Dan.
Yeah.
More Dan. Dan. Dan, I was just talking about my meltdown I had this week when I heard that they canceled March Madness. I mean, you know how I feel about March Madness. You know me, right?
I'm not sure.
Oh, jeez, Dan, come on. Are you freaking kidding me? So anyway, I had a meltdown, and you know me, I'm not big on the socialist media. I went crazy on this rant on the socialist media, and then the consultant from LA called and told us to take it down. And I took it down. I got all freaked out. Teddy said, you don't have to take it down because Teddy, doesn't always agree with them. And now Katie, we just did the workshop last week. Here's our first show after the workshop. And Katie, she's not here.
She says we have nothing to do a show about.
She says we have nothing to do a show about.
Do you think there's anything going on of relative importance there, Daniel?
No, you're talking about in general?
Yeah, just like, day to day? Like anything new going on for you? Like
anything different in your life right now, Dan?
Yeah, I'm binge watching Burn Notice.
Coming up on the next All Over the Road, an interview with the Pharmacist.
Coming this week on All Over the Road, New Orleans is part 1 of Victor DelGiorno's exclusive interview with Dan Schneider from the Netflix docuseries The Pharmacist.
Investigations. Yes, is this Sergeant Pan Guy? Yes, it is. How you doing? This is Dan Schneider.
The latest Netflix docuseries, The Pharmacist, begins with a tragic 1999 murder that sparks a father's search for justice and clarity. During the collective 4 episodes, however, the focus shifts to the subject's personal war against a doctor who essentially created an opioid epidemic throughout the New Orleans area and beyond.
Investigations. Yes, is this Sergeant Pan Guy? Yes, it is. How you doing? This is Dan Schneider.
I knew I was going to have an uphill battle with the police. They kind of almost have the attitude that these kind of kids maybe got what they deserved.
Overall, The Pharmacist sheds light on Dan Schneider's up and down journey that nearly led to a complete mental breakdown.
I was sort of like a maniac. I didn't sleep for days. I was 24 hours.
I've been working on a way to get her. And the way to get her was how they got Al Capone. Tax evasion.
Dan Schneider may be a pharmacist by profession, but he is a true hero by the actions and the sheer diligence in which he fights all odds. Not only for the loss of his son's life, but for the numerous young lives around him that he sees being destroyed.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Glad
Annie?
to be one.
Annie, you too.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing the show in 2020. Happy New Year from All Over the Road, New Orleans.
But first and foremost, we're going to talk to the man, the legend, the Marsh man himself, Todd Masson, YouTube sensation, Todd.
Vic, I love that you said first and foremost. Flatter me, baby.
First and foremost.
Foremost and then first.
That's awesome. So we're actually taping this to be on YouTube. So you're not only will you be on your own show on YouTube, but people will be able to see as a featured guest. When you're on first, you're the featured guest.
Wow.
Pretty special.
And Todd's a reoccurring guest.
Yeah, you're important to us.
Yeah, you and my wife, she has that problem as well.
Todd Masson, the Marsh Man, on All Over the Road, New Orleans.
All Over the Road is a presentation of Coin Trader Inc. Mind your money.
Hello, I'm Puan Tukan. Today, I'm not here to tell you jokes or make you laugh because the coronavirus disease 2019 is no laughing matter. First, we need to practice good personal hygiene. Wash your hands with soap as much as possible. Use hand sanitizer if you don't have soap and water, huh? Why? Dig for what? Dig for gold, is it? Check your hair and check your temperature every day 2 times. If someone says, you are hot, it's not a good thing. Also, don't touch your face and your eyes with your hands, okay? Maybe your hands not clean. Hey, I say don't touch your face. You know what's face or not? The part on top of your neck one. Hey.
Well, a couple days ago, a child arrived just the other day, came to the world in the usual way. My grandson, number 3, Wesley Andrew Vobel, was born, and Nick, during this, and this is unprecedented times with this pandemic. Tell us all what it was like to be with your wife, my daughter, at East Jefferson Hospital and having a baby during this zany time. Tell me what that whole experience was like.
I mean, wacky would be the word to sum it all up, but everything went very well. Everything went better than we could have imagined, honestly, as far as how Emmy did and how the baby's doing and how everything like that. Everything went fantastic. Mm-hmm. But everything leading up to it was definitely weird and wacky.
You know me, I was ready to boil some water and tear some sheets.
I did get that text message that you were doing that, and I'm sure that did somebody some good.
I don't know why you boil water and tear sheets, but that's all. Every time someone's having a baby on the old Westerns, that's what they do. Boil some water and tear some sheets.
I think they say that to get you out of the way.
Yeah, right. Out of the way.
Hey, Google, do you have a coronavirus tip for me?
Remember those surgical masks you were all buying for the coronavirus? Well, they were all made in China.
My fellow Americans, this is a global pandemic. Tonight, I want to speak with you about our nation's unprecedented response to the coronavirus outbreak.
We simply say to the Australian people that we will manage this carefully in your interests.
More families are going to lose loved ones before their time.
High temp, got a cough, might need a few weeks off. Feeling not too great, stay at home, self-isolate. They call it COVID-19, gonna have to quarantine. Olympic Games now in doubt, hope they get it sorted out.
You're just going to create mass panic and hysteria. This is the worst public health crisis for a generation.
Just saw a TV medic says that it's a pandemic. Tom Hanks has it too. This is worse than man flu. Lots of wipes and hand gel, all sold out. What the hell? Experts say this is war. How long will it last for? Stop the virus. There is no detection after the infection. We didn't stop the virus, but we must endure until they try to cure it.
It's Corona time.
In New Orleans, Fugu.
Hey, it's Corona time right now.
COVIDiots. Coronavirus edition.
Quarantini. It's Corona time.
Fugu.
It's Corona time.
The Marsh man himself.
Hey, it's Corona time right now.
Does that look like a droplet to you?
A little shot of whiskey.
Fugu.
It's Corona time.
Ah, yes.
It's Corona time.
Things are going to be different. Fugu.
Hey, it's Corona time right now.
When we go fishing, I know when I go, I like to use some live shrimp.
It was weird.
It's Corona time.
What is wrong with you?
It's Corona time.
Unbelievable.
Hey, it's Corona time right now.
It's time.
It's awesome.
Just like my dad. Use live shrimp.
It's Corona time.
The fish. The legend.
It's Corona time.
You're not helping this situation.
Hey, it's Corona time right now. It's Corona time.
This All Over the Road New Orleans podcast is brought to you by CoinTrader Inc. Mind your money.
The very best of 2020 from All Over the Road, New Orleans.
In case you don't know, people that are watching on Facebook, this is the all-pro kicker for the New Orleans Saints. He's money, you know. I think he's the best in the business. Let's give him a big hand, Will Lutz.
Is that a real crowd?
Oh, yeah, it's a real crowd. Well, they're a distant crowd, Will. Tell me what's going on. I know you were supposed to get married on April the 11th, right?
Yep. Which we unfortunately had to postpone. But, obviously it was a frustrating time, but we understood. And at the end of the day, we're still going to get married. Just trying to cope with the changes.
Well, look, we'll have you on again if you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. Maybe we'll line you up and have you on again. Maybe have you here down here. And once we can get within a few feet of each other, have you in the beautiful CoinTrader studios here in Lakeview. I thank you very much. Will Lutz, probably the greatest kicker that ever lived.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Bubba. Take care. Will Lutz.
Here's more of what was all over the road, New Orleans, in 2020.
Miss America, Camille Schrier.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it is our pleasure to have you. And just to kind of back it up a little bit, how we got to Camille was that she's a personal friend, an associate with, Dan Schneider, the pharmacist, who's near and dear to this show. He kept saying, hey, I can get you Miss America. I can get you Miss America. And finally,
he was dangling it like a carrot.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I know Miss America. So we were like, oh, well, maybe we can line that up.
Here she is. So where are you hanging out?
And he was on my end telling me I have to get on this podcast in New Orleans.
No.
So he was doing the same thing for you guys to me.
Oh.
Dan is literally the man.
Bless his heart.
He really is.
Seriously. But what'd you think of the show? What'd you think of the show open? It's not like any other podcast. It's not like Jimmy Wahlberg's podcast, is it?
No, it's definitely very different. I've been on a lot of podcasts. A lot of them don't feature automotive noises in their intro. So, you guys definitely have a brand going, and it's great. I love the authenticity of it.
Yo, this is New Orleans native Delvin Breaux from McDonough 35, LSU Saints alumni, current all-star cornerback of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Whether I'm home in the Crescent City or playing ball in the CFL in Canada, I'm always tuned in to my boys at All Over the Road, New Orleans. Make sure y'all subscribe to their awesome podcast. I will highly recommend it, especially if you want to hear the great stories like mine. Tune in, All Over the Road podcast.
We could have the summer of love.
All Over the Road is a presentation of CoinTrader Inc. Mind your money.
He's a local player who we signed probably about 2 months ago after his workout. I like him. He too is another big corner that I think can play at the line.
So that was when it all started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, show him petting every time, you know, you come with these funky looks. Nice.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's the head coach,
Well,
I guess. You know.
Those looks, though. Huh?
You know, I've always had a love-hate relationship with Sean. Nick will tell you that.
But
that is true. That is true.
But you know, it's okay though, man, because I know I'm a grown, strong man. You know, I ain't gonna, you know, break for nothing. You know, so I'm cool. So he, you know, he coming to, you know, treat me, checking in, everything is okay. You know, so I knew my third year is grind time now. It's time for me to ball out. It's time for me to make my money now. This is it for me. This is it. You know, because I was a top 5 corner. You know that year. You know, you go back and look at the stats, man. I had a hell of a year.
Yeah, and from the fan perspective, he was just all of a sudden gone. I mean, as a fan, it was like he's just gone. I mean, what happened to Delvin Breaux?
It's the very best of All Over the Road, New Orleans, from the year 2020.
You know, it's just one of those faces that's you don't mistake. But he was in he had a part. He was Joe in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he's had some pretty notable parts in some pretty big movies. Home Alone.
Larry, can you pick up? There's some lady on hold. Sounds kind of hyper.
What line, Rose?
2.
Family Crisis Intervention, Sergeant Balzac.
Yeah, so we called the guy who's like a talent scout, not a scout, but a talent manager or whatever you want to call it, like a PR guy who sets up podcasts and shows with guests. So we just figured we'd, try to get some guests through him. So we called him live on the podcast. Did we ever hear about that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were going to get Louis DiCaprio. I thought people like that. That we were going to get people like, Uma
Thurman. We were going to get DiCaprio?
This is a guy, big talent scout, but the best he can do for us is freaking Larry Hankin.
It was kind of hyped to us.
I mean, we're kind of stuck with Larry Hankin here.
Yeah, this is a guest who is kind of thrown at us. Yeah. We almost feel obligated. Well, being as we were live on Facebook, and so Steve, that's the talent guy, called his client live on the podcast and kind of put us on the spots, and it was Larry Hankin.
It was Larry Hankin.
I guess he was trying to impress us. Like, we call one of my clients right now.
I mean, but if you want to impress me, hey, look, let's call Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Let's call Al Pacino. Al Pacino picks up, but we get Larry Hankin.
Who's Larry Hankin?
I'm living in Santa Monica. I don't really hang around in Hollywood or those people. I'm just this guy who people recognize on the street.
I know.
I don't follow that. I'm not into that.
Well, you are recognizable, very recognizable. I'll be honest with you. I didn't recognize your name, but I did recognize your picture.
Yeah, well, yeah. Everybody. I mean, even people sometimes recognize me with my mask on. I mean, it's COVID. I don't go out much.
All the highlights, all the lowlights from 2020, and looking ahead to 2021.
Legendary musician and co-founder of Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen, has died.
Sometimes people try and deny it, but there's always a little bit of Van Halen rumbling around inside of us. We were the only ones who would play rock music that you could dance to.
Sit down, Waldo.
Always had it, always will.
I think that Eddie Van Halen is the greatest rock guitarist of our time.
Archetypic lickety-split gunslinger guitar player.
He's so special and soulful when he plays.
Not just in terms of speed, but how he articulates the notes, his accuracy, his focus. There's a whole lot of emotional content to the way that kid plays.
We're crazy guys or whatever, but we're all 4 individuals. We're all different, but we work together.
Eddie Van Halen died of cancer on Tuesday at the age of 65. His stature and influence on generations of guitarists live on, along with his pushing the limits virtuosity, or as David Lee Roth put it, what a long, great trip it's been.
Happy New Year from All Over the Road, New Orleans. More of the best of 2020.
Let me jump into a story. All right, so I let it out on one of the previous shows. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm supporting Trump in this election.
Okay.
Okay, I made it clear. And
are you going to double down right now?
I'm just scared of the alternative. Yeah. I really am. I'm not a big. I don't love Trump. I don't lick his boots or anything. I think he's trying to do a good job. He is what he is. It's just, you just can't. I just can't go the other way.
He's the orange man.
Yeah, that's just me. So I wanted to get me a little Trump sign to put in my yard. Okay. So
now, is this like a social psychology type of experiment, or is this just
I wanted to put a
show
twist on my
your
life.
support? Okay, go ahead.
So I go to Martha. You know, she's the best guy on the job. You know,
Your number one man on the job. Yeah.
whenever I need something done, I put my best man on the job, and that's Martha, my wife. She's the one I call, and we do the grape soda bit. You all know Martha.
Oh yeah.
So I tell her I want to put a sign. She freaked out. I don't want no freaking sign in my lawn, so people come over here and start egging my house and, you know, start hassling us and all that. Now, I have a sign in my yard. Did you see it there?
I saw it. I saw it when I walked up.
You did?
I did. I was.
Let me tell you something. I kind of did a little, I met her halfway. All right. So what I have, I'm surprised you saw it because you really got to look hard. It's subtle to see it. It's a very subtle sign.
Yeah.
It's actually a garden sign.
Not a
you know,
lawn.
garden signs.
Right.
Not for the lawn.
Put the little flag. You might have a little flag in your garden. The garden. You'll have your little security thing. This is ADT security.
I think the Trump sign's like an ADT security sign, isn't that?
It's very.
Gun owner lives here.
It's very. Yeah, it's very.
It's a good sign.
We
subtle.
don't call the cops.
It's a subtle sign.
Forget the dog. Beware.
And to be honest with you, I was a little afraid of the mob myself.
When enough decent people rise from their knees and stand down the mob evaporates. These people are not warriors, they are vampires. They melt in the light.
And I got guns and stuff.
Yeah.
I got brass knuckles. I got a taser. I got a couple Louisville sluggers. You know?
Maybe one with a nail in it.
Yeah, I got a slingshot. You know?
Wrist rocket.
I've seen Rambo.
I got all the tools.
I got a knife.
I got the
You got a nunchuck.
got a nunchuck.
You got katana.
See, I do. But I was a little afraid of the mob, to be honest with you. You know? And, you know, sometimes there's a lot of pressure when you go out to wear this mask. Now, we've been doing this show. Have we talked about masks at all?
I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear. Things gotta breathe.
No.
Have we talked about masks?
Have we talked about masks?
I'm positive we've talked about masks
I
at
don't
some
recall
point.
us ever talking about masks. But
At
there's
one point, we did a show a day until the virus went away.
Well, I think I might just had a gaffe.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
A blunder, if you will.
A blunder.
A blunder.
An unforgivable social gaffe.
Well, former Vice President Joe Biden, Mr. Vice President, you want to talk about issues, but a lot of people want to talk about your gaffes. You have called yourself a gaffe machine, okay? Do you, in the last few weeks, you've confused New Hampshire for Vermont, said Bobby Kennedy and MLK were assassinated in the late 70s, assured us I'm not going nuts. Follow-up question, are you going nuts?
Look, the reason I came on the Jimmy Kimmel Show is because I'm not.
A few things you're going to hear when you come to New Orleans. Baby, I'm saying though, what's jam, son? We going to the DJ. That mean black party. I'm about to go to the store and make groceries. That mean you going shopping for grocery items. Yeah, what's up, Wolf? Girl, she got buku churn. That means she have a lot of kids. I want my sandwich fully dressed. That mean whatever come on there, put it on there. And make sure you have the mayonnaise, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, all that too. You my old man, I'm your old lady. That means boyfriend and girlfriend. That means they claim you. But bitch, they still be cheap.
The very best of 2020 from all over the road, New Orleans.
I miss Randy.
I miss Randy too. I don't. I know you don't.
Ted doesn't give a damn.
Who's Randy anyway? Do you miss Randy, Darren? I know.
I do.
Yeah, he liked you. He liked you a lot.
Does this do it?
He did. He's very complimentary.
Actually, he liked all of us. But,
well, he likes everybody.
Yeah, he likes
Hello, Randy.
Everybody.
Randy's listening.
Hey, Randy.
He listens.
He really liked Katie.
Well, he didn't like the announcer guy.
And is that where we're segueing?
Yeah.
Right now?
And it's with
where we're
much, I don't know, what's the word?
Chagrin?
Trepidation? What's that word? Trepidation?
Trepidation. That is a word.
Yeah.
Trepidation.
It's definitely not joy.
It's not joy.
It's not joy.
Son of a bitch.
It's not a happy moment.
No, he had to let the announcer guy go.
Oh, jeez.
After all these years. I'm looking, I got goosebumps. I can't even get this out. Nick,
Did he do something?
Take over. Yeah, let him go. He had to clean out his things.
Did he do something wrong? Did he?
Well,
he didn't do what I think he did he?
No, nothing crazy like that.
Right.
But he had a.
I don't.
He had a
think.
chemical dependency problem.
Oh.
Well,
Depends on the
all
chemicals.
right. All right. Yeah. I mean,
He did.
Well, aside from
I
the
saw him.
ego,
I caught him chopping up an oxycodone.
Oh, jeez.
okay. That's heavy. That's pretty heavy.
Yeah, I said, "What are you doing, announcer guy?"
Yeah.
Now
He was talking
was
about.
it was it like a faster release to do it that way? Like what was
I
he trying-
guess. I don't know.
Where was this?
Yeah, what
was
was
this
he-
in the studio? Where was this? Just hanging around. He liked to
I caught
hang
him in the
around.
shed. I caught him in the shed in the back.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Yeah.
No, not with
You
the,
know, the
Yeah.
thing about sheds are there's a lot of hanky panky that goes on at sheds.
Well, yeah.
Right.
You know,
That's true.
I think all sheds should be outlawed because there's nothing good that ever happens in a shed.
Look,
Want to go out the shed, buddy?
get off the shed.
Hey, pal, can you get
Yeah.
off the shed?
Right.
Thanks, pal.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, we just bought a home, as we've talked about before, and it has a shed in the backyard. And I'm counting down the days. I'm going to knock it down.
Well, when I told him that I let him go,
Oh yeah.
he did something that, you know, he probably shouldn't have done.
He did the unthinkable, didn't he?
He kicked me in the crotch.
Oh.
He hauled off and kicked me right in the crotch.
I've always heard he was a dirty fighter,
Brought me right to my knees.
but a passionate lover.
He says,
So-
"You're letting me go." He goes, "I'm putting you on your knees."
Did it? Did
He
it put
did.
you on your knees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a 30-second
Yeah.
half moment of silence for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to open up a crispy one. I'm going to open up a crispy one right here for him.
This one's for the announcer guy.
Do you know, ever since the announcer guy contest, he really never was the same.
I know.
I think that affected him.
I think he was offended by that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing having a contest?
Yeah.
People imitate. What? Am I a joke?
I know.
He told me that. He goes, "Am I funny joke?
Yeah.
Are you thinking that I'm a joke?" And you know, when he
had a
gets
funny
all,
speaking voice.
When he got upset, he started to talk like Joe Pesci.
Oh,
It was like, "Could you got to my funny? What you looking at? You looking at me?
you're coming in my shed?
You but he's in the shed."
He called me last night and asked me to help him with a resume.
He did.
Yeah. So.
I was actually going to ask him to be my child's godfather.
Oh,
this is just going to be weird now.
Very awkward. Yeah.
Multiple reasons. It's going to be awkward.
I don't think he'll be idle for very long.
He did say that he would much
know?
rather be your child's father, though.
Yeah.
He said he was going to go to WWL.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where most people go to die.
Well, I mean, that's
You know,
good.
when you go to WWL, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Is that
You know?
Cumulus?
What's WWL?
No,
it's Clear.
it's Intercom, actually.
Intercom
Okay.
Broadcasting. is
I've
WWL.
heard that. I have heard
Yeah.
that. You go to Intercom. And
How far have they fallen? You know? My dad
Just
was
a
the morning guy
sad-
there, you know. Did you know that, Derek? My dad was
For
the
like
morning guy there.
25 years?
I did.
A long time.
Would you say it's the shed of New Orleans radio?
It's you going to the shed.
I think
it's
people
pretty-
have said that.
I mean,
It's pretty bad radio. Let's
Well-
put it that way. I mean, they still got the same jingles and the same staging music. I mean, it's like...
Yeah.
Who are you going to listen to on there? Scoot? You tuning into Scoot?
Oh, no, I can't take
my
Scoot.
goodness.
People in New
You're
Orleans, they can't. Scoot. She's like this. Scoot.
I mean, Newell's all right, though. You know?
He's probably
Newell?
the best one they have, I
Yeah.
think.
The one
Yeah,
who's just
the
completely
sheriff.
not a radio
Yeah,
background
with no
person.
radio broadcast experience.
He's better than Tommy Tucker.
I don't even know.
But the announcer guy's gone. You're never going to hear him again. We wish him well. We really do.
It's the very best of All Over the Road, New Orleans, from the year 2020.
All over the road, New Orleans, playing the hits that you like best. I like it when we play the hits. Of course, we can play this record because we have got permission to play it.
That's right.
From the head man of We Are Messengers, Darren Mulligan, who we're going to be speaking to in a second. Teddy, I mean, what I like about their sound is very up to date.
They are very up to date. I love We Are Messengers. They've become one of my favorite Christian bands, and not just Christian bands, just bands.
Yeah, I mean,
that
I think
love
they got
to
a
listen
fresh
to.
new sound, and you
Yeah.
know, it doesn't sound like you're not. I mean, you know, in the old days, the Christian music wasn't as good as the secular, but now,
Right. Oh, yeah.
you know, it's completely changed. Darren has been doing a lot going on since the last time he was on the show. He is in Franklin, Tennessee, where he lives and resides with his family, and so let's give him a call. He's expecting our call.
Yeah, he was on when we did the show a day till the thing went away
Yes,
segments.
we had him on
back in
we had
March,
him on
I
live.
think. Yeah.
Hello.
Darren!
Hey, Ted, how you getting on there?
Can you hear us?
I can. I got you.
It's good to talk to you again, man. It's Victor from All Over the Road, New Orleans, along with your buddy Ted and Nick, our producer. And we're really excited about talking to you.
Good to be back with you guys. You good?
Yeah, we've been good. How about you? We just played the remix of Love, which I just love that song.
The reality is that not all police officers are bad. Far from it. The majority are doing an incredible job. So it's nonsensical to say that America is falling apart. It's simply not. But being humble doesn't mean you have to stand idly by when people are trashing the gospel. Be men of action, but men of grace, you know.
That deserves a round of applause. That's it. Very good. Darren, Mulligan, God bless you, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll be in touch.
All the highlights, all the lowlights from 2020 and looking ahead to 2021.
They've got a zillion tons of coffee in Brazil.
It's the warm opening of the new Moxie Coffee and Expresso, 3101 Metairie Road, next to Glow Hair and Beauty Bar. Special guests on the live broadcast included New Orleans radio legend Bob DelGiorno, the Pharmacist Dan Schneider, Jason Wagonspack from the Ranch Film Studios in St. Bernard, New Orleans attorney Walter Leger, plus many more who just happened to stop by.
Attention. Attention.
Yes.
Radio legend Bob DelGiorno is here. Radio legend Bob DelGiorno is here. He's going to be on the big show. Just in case any of you want to meet him. He's pretty sharp for an old blade.
Somebody asked us, is it he's still alive?
Yeah.
Who was
Dan
that?
did.
Dan, yeah.
Is he still alive? I mean, we're not going to tell Danny that.
No, we won't tell him now. That's why I'm saying it now before he walks up to the booth.
No.
To the broadcast booth. But I was like, Dan, are you serious?
Watch out for this orange cord, sir.
Okay.
He disagrees with some of my comments on my Facebook, but I don't let it bother me at all.
Right.
Now, if you want,
my final answer to anything that he says is, hey, look, it's always great to agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, how do you argue with that?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
You don't argue with that.
Mm-mm.
No, you can't argue with that.
Here's more of what was all over the road, New Orleans, in 2020. Coming up next, it's our interviews from the New Orleans Mission Gala that took place in Hammond in November.
All Over the Road is a presentation of Coin Trader Inc. and GoldPricesNow.com. Don't forget to listen to our new podcast called Mind Your Money, coming soon to the All Over the Road podcast network.
Matt, Teacher Rome's.
Teacher Rome, negative.
Pecan.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Victor DelGiorno for All Over the Road, New Orleans. We're at Lynn Haven in beautiful Hammond, a beautiful facility. I am here with the brain trust of this, and of course, he's very humble. He probably won't take credit for it, but it's David Bottner. He's the CEO. David, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for coming tonight. It's been an amazing night, and you're right. God is the one that should get the glory for what happens here.
Yeah, God gets the glory. It cost me a lot of money tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yes, it does cost a lot of money.
But what a great event. I mean, this is the 7th annual. It's always a blessing to come out here. I was out here for one of the events that you had, or I think it was last year, was a lunch.
Yes, a luncheon. We did. It was right before COVID began, right? And it was an amazing time to just share what the Lord's doing in the lives of so many hurting women.
It's the very best of All Over the Road, New Orleans, from the year 2020.
This family therapy session's pushed me to drinking now,
I pushed him into it. I peer pressured him.
Pretty sure he's kicking me off the show. I feel like he's kicking me off the show.
Yeah, you should.
Bye, Ray.
We miss you, Katie.
Come back.
The host of
Maybe
Motivation Station on the All Over the Road podcast network. Now, Teddy.
What?
You're driving over to do the show.
Oh, yeah, I'm driving in.
And you're listening to Scoot.
I'm coming in from Baton Rouge. I'm picking up the big 50,000 watt blowtorch. I'm Scoot. And I'm taking your calls right now at 591-8700. We're talking about the super spreader that just came through New Orleans just a few weeks ago. Can you believe this? It was a swingers convention. Swingers. Who does that?
Before you talk about swingers,
Who does it?
You've got a couple friends that do that, don't you?
I do have a couple friends that do that, but I don't do it myself. But if you're going to do that, why would you do that at a time like this? This is not the time to do that if you do that kind of stuff. So
many W's.
Do we have a call? Be
sure to send us a comment on Facebook.
Follow me on Facebook. It's Scoot on. What is it? Scoot on the air?
Scoot in the morning.
What does he say? Scoot. Is that it? I got to go again. I'm 1 to 3. 1 to 3. No,
Scoot in the afternoon.
1 to 4. Right before Bobby and Derek comes in. That's all sports. We don't talk sports on my show because I have a lot of other things to talk about.
I've heard you talk a few times about sports, and it's awkward.
It's like my aunt or something.
He's talking to him like he's Scoot.
Yeah, I am Scoot. This is Scoot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scoot.
There's only one Scoot. There's only one Scoot. And I do not participate in super spreader events.
Yeah, you do.
Scoot. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
You know what?
You're a freak, Scoot.
Victor DelGiorno.
Now, Scoot,
I used to work with you, Victor DelGiorno.
I know, you were a
and you know
freak.
what? When I saw you in the hallways, when we worked together at B97.
Yeah.
Say B97.
B97.
I didn't talk to you.
Why not?
Because you were below me.
I know I was.
I was the morning guy. I was the yeah.
Oh, they got
way
me.
below, way down below me.
Way down on the
I didn't
totem
talk to
pole.
other people on the staff there because I'm Scoot in the morning. But now I'm Scoot in the afternoon at the WWL.
I think I do a better Scoot, though.
Follow me on Facebook. You do better at everything.
Which
Vic,
one of you
because-
is Scoot?
Because you're the best at everything, Vic. And that's one reason. That's another reason why
We
I
got
don't
a
talk
real
to you.
life like Spider-Man meme going on.
Just my mind.
Let's let Derek be the judge.
It's just blown right.
And with this selling the Big Easy, why don't you come on my show one time? Because I talk about what's going on in New Orleans. This is Scoot. Come on my show, Derek. What do you have to hide?
Shoot him, not
I'll be
me.
gentle.
Shoot
I'll be real gentle.
First of all, I'm Scoot.
Wait,
You're not Scoot.
wait, guys.
I'm Scoot. You gotta get closer to the microphone.
I'm very close to
Gotta
the
get
mic.
closer to the microphone. You gotta just gotta slur your words just a little bit. Say WWL.
WWL.
I got something to say. I actually got something to
There's about
say.
5 W's in it. WWL.
Will you let me do my Scoot?
Sure.
Scoot, now what happened to you with that motorcycle incident that happened a year or so back?
I felt
Actually, this Scoot knows that story.
Well, you can
Scoot,
do
would you care to
Alter
share?
Scoot's going to tell that story if he wants to.
Scoot 2. I can tell you that story.
Yes.
Me, Scoot 2.
What happened?
I can tell you. What do you think of my Scoot, Derek?
It's like a combination of Scoot and Casey Kasem somehow. I don't know.
We're not cutting down anything.
Here's what happened.
Tell this damn story.
I was in the French Quarter.
It's a countdown.
I was in the French Quarter. I was riding my little scooter.
Okay.
And I met some big boys.
Some big boys?
Some big boys.
There's a lot of big boys down there.
The highlights, the lowlights, all the very best from 2020.
People.
Have you? Have you heard about him? He's a loser. But he's gonna keep on trying. Beat by the Queen Haas, baby. Oh, Donald.
Yeah, but he hasn't conceded yet. Come on.
No, and he shouldn't.
And he shouldn't, right? Yeah.
Donald, they got you. They got you, buddy. They got you. Okay, you got to give it up. They got you.
He been gotten.
I mean, he got gotten.
I think so too.
He's
Because
been had.
I mean,
he said he saw this coming.
well, then why didn't he do
Months
something about
ago,
it? Why didn't
right?
he do something about it?
That's the big question.
I would have smelled this at COVID.
Yeah.
Because the whole world wants him out. The whole world wants him out.
Yeah, pretty much so. So I don't know if he didn't put things in place in time, or you kind of wonder, like, well, we're recording this on Friday the 13th, so things are changing.
Yes.
By the days.
American patriots are fed up with the corruption from the local level to the highest level of our government, and we are going to take this country back. We are not going to be intimidated. We are not going to back down.
They found out how many votes they needed, and they had trucks standing by.
That's kind of how it
we
seems.
20,000 over there. 20,000. Hey, what you got in Toledo? What you got in Macon?
We are going to clean this mess up now. President Trump won by a landslide. We are going to prove it, and we are going to reclaim the United States of America for the people who vote for freedom.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing the show in 2020. Happy New Year from all over the road, New Orleans.
then I see they don't. Randy says don't come to visit, so I promised her I won't. And I'm getting good at Zoom, and I'm cleaning up my room, but I'm running low on TP and Clorox wipes. Bye-bye 2020, we ain't sad to see you go. They say I'm non-essential, but I got bills that I still owe. Goodbye 2020, can't wait to see you go. We're all unemployed and getting annoyed 'cause things are touch and go. Goodbye 2020, we ain't sad to see you go. We've lost so many good souls, don't you know? Goodbye 2020, can't wait to see you go. Your days ain't long, this bar's our home where we sing this drinking song. We had earthquakes here in Jersey, hurricane down in the Gulf. I can social distance day and night till I'm 6 feet from myself. And the kids can't go to school, just another stupid rule. They got a new vaccine, I'm in quarantine, feeling like a fool. Goodbye 2020, we ain't sad to see you go. We had enough of your nonsense long ago. Goodbye 2020, can't wait to see you go. Your days ain't long, this bar's our home where we sing this drinking song. Goodbye 2020, we ain't sad to see you go. We had enough of your nonsense long ago. Goodbye 2020, can't wait to see you go. Your days ain't long, this bar's our home where we sing this drinking song. Your days are gone, this bar's our home where we sing this drinking song.
All Over the Road New Orleans is brought to you by Coin Trader Inc. Mind your money.